Today on 21st Century Business, explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe, a visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions, 21st Century Business.
We've all heard the phrase, knowledge is power. Well, knowledge can also be profit. That's especially so in the restaurant industry, where so many variables affect the bottom line. The ability to gather all that data into one cohesive, powerful information system can make all the difference in survivability. Joining us to explain is Jim Karam, president and founder of Syrus Restaurant Information Services. Thanks for being here, Jim.
Thank you, Jackie.
Jim, I have often wondered how restaurants, especially the large chains, manage to coordinate all the details. How difficult a challenge is this?
It's a very difficult challenge, Jackie, because if you're a restaurant chain, small to large, you have hundreds, if not thousands, of different locations out there generating data in a very disparate and fragmented way. There's different point of sale systems, different food distributors, different devices within the store, and there's no standards. That situation is then even complicated even more when it's the franchise business model. Because although it looks like one large brand covering the nation, it's actually several dozen, if not hundreds, of different business owners. So there's no standards and there's no reliability of data. So it's a very difficult challenge.
Well, tell us about Syrus Restaurant Information Services and what it offers that is so unique.
Well, we first started by figuring out how to manage that data, how to manage that very chaotic data environment. So before we developed the back office and the above-the-store reporting tools, we developed the applications to really manage that data, to bring it in, to normalize it, to check it for errors, to understand in an enterprise way when this point of sale generates data, get it this frequently, when that one generates data, get it that frequently, and to apply that to the thousands of different types of data out there. So a large amount of our R&D efforts has gone into managing that very chaotic data environment. And then on top of that, we put a very personalized service component to, because you still need people to oversee that process and to, again, cleanse the information and make sure that all the information is flowing in and is accurate.
And you had personal experience as a franchise owner that led you to develop this, right?
Yeah, we really initially developed it for ourselves. I was a franchise owner ourselves, so I really lived the problem first and understood that you couldn't just put software on top of the situation. You had to get a system to manage that data first, and it worked for us. And so we then created this company, Syrus, for others.
Well, that is interesting. Getting technology right can benefit the franchise owner as well as the store and market operator. But what about the leadership team of the brand itself? This 21st Century Business Field Report shows how one well-known restaurant company is using Syrus to help the entire brand.
Syrus Restaurant Information Services enables restaurants the capability to provide outstanding service and great products, fostering true customer satisfaction.
The Syrus system has enabled us now to basically transform into more of a proactive environment where our district managers and restaurant managers aren't spending any time compiling numbers. The numbers are there. They're spending their time identifying the issues, the opportunities they have to run their business, and all of their time is focused on affecting positive change. It's been a great transition for us because the Syrus folks have been available on site and through the web to help train our folks. And they also offer monthly training, and they'll do specific training if we need it.
Syrus first focuses on the acquisition and cleansing of information, then on the tools and reporting used by clients to manage results. Once that information is in the system, Syrus Data Review and Cleansing Services ensure that the information is accurate and complete, with minimal intervention required by the customer.
There are many benefits to the Syrus system, but let me just take a moment and talk about two. The first would be our ability to immediately know what our product mix results are in the restaurant when making a menu price decision. The second is our food reporting. They immediately have a food slippage report from the prior week and are able to go back and make corrective actions right away. We're able to make better decisions because the information is accurate and timely.
This system, all managed by trained Syrus account managers, ensures the information is conveniently and accurately flowing into and out of the system, without burdening the restaurant managers and executives who rely on the information. Restaurant branding and differentiation is becoming more and more complex. Where competition continues to thrive, staying a cut above the rest is necessary for both customer satisfaction and retention. With the use of back-office automation and accurate, actionable, and reliable information provided by Syrus, data is no longer spread out, disparate, or unreliable.
Syrus helps us with our efficiency. They have great tools to help us know how much product to cook, be it the bend chart, the cooking chart, right down to our scheduling system. You know, it is really advantageous to be able to have that information as soon as you want it, right there on demand.
Finally, there is a solution to leverage the benefits of good, reliable information and the ability to provide unmatched customer service with an aggressive competitive edge. For 21st Century Business, I'm Robert Allen reporting.
Well, that's impressive. Jim, in a mature industry like the restaurant business, how can technology be used as a differentiating source of long-term strategic advantage?
Well, we try to take that challenge and create the opportunity, and I think that you need three components. You need the above-the-store reporting, again, across the entire country of your hundreds of stores. That allows you to benchmark, to look for patterns of what's selling and food usage patterns and labor patterns and all the different metrics that can be turned into profit. You also need the back office tools to do something about the results. All of these restaurant chains have very sophisticated business logic that calculate how to project food and how to order food and how to forecast what labor should be. But the problem is, if there's not an application that's very deep within that business logic, it's a very manually intensive process for the manager to execute those policies. So the second phase of that is you need the back office applications that's deeply integrated with the business logic of the brand. But none of that matters if you don't have the data accurately flowing into the system. So I kind of like to call it the three legs of the stool. You need a system to accurately and reliably get data into the system. You need a reporting system that shows you what's going on in the brand. And then you need the back office tools for the manager to actually do something about the key costs such as food and labor.
Jim, what's the most common benefit that your customers tell you Syrus provides?
Really just the ability to get their arms around their business. It's very difficult to get all these costs and information on the main cost drivers within the store. So now that they have this and they have a tool that says what their actual versus their ideal costs and everything from food to labor to even register voids are, this allows them to really manage the areas and the low-hanging fruit instead of running around and kind of chasing their tail. So managing costs, but also driving sales, because we're now able to give them a really deep view into what pricing strategies work, what product promotions are working. So really to manage their costs, but also the sales side, and to do it without all the cumbersome and administrative burdens that a do-it-yourself back office system would burden them with.
Is Syrus more suited as a solution for a franchise entity or for the management of the whole restaurant brand itself?
It's really for everyone from the store manager up through the CEO of the brand. The back office tools, again, are to allow the store manager to run his business with as much automation as possible and to do what he can to ensure fresh, hot, quality food is available in a very timely manner. But the franchise owner, again, is able to get a bird's eye view on that. But then even the brand manager, whether you're marketing or finance or human resources, this gives them a deep view into what's going on in the business as well, because it's very difficult. Most brands are mostly franchise systems, and it's very difficult to get a view on what's going on in the franchise stores if you're a corporate manager.
So let me see if I understand this right. So the CEO of the company could look at an individual franchise or look at all the franchises across the board.
Absolutely.
Either way.
Absolutely. So if they're introducing or advertising a new product and their brand is mostly franchise, for example, now they have a view to see how that product worked across the country, not just in the corporate stores and not just in the stores that have a certain type of POS system. So We've really developed our own report writer to drill down into as much detail, but then also to roll that up for the multi-market managers as well.
Jim, let me ask you this. How has the role of the restaurant manager changed since you started Syrus?
Well, it's become a lot more complicated, Jackie. I mean, first of all, with technology in the store is becoming more prevalent within the store, so that's more difficult to manage already, not even accounting for the back office applications. But also, as cost pressures are coming down, they're more and more challenged to see those cost-saving opportunities, whether it's in labor or waste management or detecting, even when do my sales occur. But even probably the most relevant way that it's changed is the way that the brands are evolving is by being innovative in introducing new products, and that's very stressful on the store manager. With new products and new ways to build those products and new ways to implement that in a good service environment is very difficult, and I'm seeing that happen a lot more in the brands. So in almost every way imaginable, the manager's job is getting more complicated, not less.
Jim, I bet you hear stories all the time of surprising ways your clients use your product. What's one of the more interesting stories one of your clients has shared with you?
Well, we do hear stories like that, Jackie. You're right. Our account managers are hearing those stories and sharing those stories all the time. And most of them are big ideas on the food and labor and the sales management. But one of my favorites, though, is actually a very small idea, and it shows, especially in the restaurant industry, how the devil can really be in the details. One of our applications is able to tell you that, down to the ketchup packets, how much should I have used per store based upon my sales, and actually how much did I use? And we had one interaction with the customer who he had 2 markets about the same size, 30 to 40 stores, and we identified for him that in one market they were using exactly the amount of ketchup packets that they should have been used was, in the other they were using 2 cases more than they should have been using per store per week, and that's a lot of money. So we brought it up at the meeting, and the head of the second market said, well, in order to improve customer speed of service, we give ketchup packets to everybody that comes through the drive-through window. And while that's great for customer service, it allowed the franchise owner to see, well, that policy of giving ketchup packets to people that most likely didn't even want them was costing us $20 a case times 2 cases times 52 weeks times 30 stores. And so it was a very small issue, but again, the details showed how much it was costing the organization. And in a business like the restaurant industry, those pennies really add up, and they discontinued that practice right away.
Well, Jim, you have given a remarkable demonstration of how today's technology, used correctly, can really benefit the restaurant industry as a whole. So thank you for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. For 21st Century Business, I'm Jackie Bales.